Hey, so I want to take you on a little tour of my garden. Now, the first thing that every gardener needs here in Israel is a cool hat like this to keep the sun off your neck. But when I started, all of this land behind me was like the rest of it here. It was just weeds, black dirt, brown dirt. And when I started to dig it out, I found so many rocks. You can see I even built a little tiny path that leads over there out of the rocks, and it was like literally every other scoop had at least one or two big rocks in it when I was turning the soil over. And you can actually see right now my garden doesn't look amazing. We've just had a couple days of a lot of rain, and it's kind of washed some things out, and even some of my plants are beginning to die. But hey, we've already got a lot of great produce out of it so far, so that's encouraging me. But I'll show you a little bit what I've been able to grow so far. We've done a number of zucchini. These are zucchini plants over here that have done well, except the bugs. It seems like almost every zucchini has at least one bug that has got into it. I had some cucumbers over here that have done well. Again, the bugs have been horrible, which I'm hoping to get to this part in my class to learn how to deal with pests without poisons and sprays and things like that. So we haven't got there yet, so I don't know how to deal with the pests yet. But if you have any suggestions, please let me know, because I'm going to show you over here some other beetles that have been eating my bugs or my cucumbers as well. We've got some tomato plants that have been doing amazing. These ones are getting ready. Some yellow cherry tomatoes that are about to come. We have basil over here. I'm thinking of a lot of these names in Hebrew. And we have some potato plants right over here that are beginning to come up. By the way, the grass, when our neighbor across the street mows his grass, he leaves a big pile outside in his yard, so I've taken boxfuls of his grass clippings and put them out here as kind of an experiment to see if they're working. I've got carrots back over here, and yeah, there's a few other little random things. I got some bok choy growing. I have some onions going over here. And then over on this side, we have some various things that I've never grown before. For example, right over here, you may recognize that this is chatzilim. What is this in English? This is an eggplant. There we go. And they were nice dark purple color when I first started growing them. And I found out that the sun can actually stain the color of them. And so they're turning yellow. They taste fine, but they're all yellow. So we got some more bok choy growing over here. And for the first time in my life, I also started growing some peppers. I got a red pepper. It does not look that amazing. Actually, all of these pepper plants just got blasted by the crazy summer heat here. But hey, this is all a chance for me to learn. I've got another little red pepper growing right over here. Have a few tomatoes. And here, this is where I wanted to show you what's happening. Right, not sure if you can see, but we have a whole bunch of these beetles that have been eating my cucumbers. Now, I'm not sure if you can see this very well, but they are eating them. There's one right now. I have no idea how to get rid of these guys. But we have more tomatoes, cucumbers over here. And then up top, I'm not going to take the time to walk up there, but I have some worms. I'm also a worm farmer right now. Our neighbors who live in the White House behind me there, they had a big bucket that they've been growing worms and feeding them, and they just got bored of looking after them. So they said, Cody, if you want them, we'll give them to you. So I got a bucket full of hundreds of worms that I've been feeding and growing, and using some of the juice that comes out from the bottom for fertilizer and compost. So that's a little taste of what I've been able to do this summer in the garden. And let me remind you though, the heat was so intense every day in the summer when it was like 40 degrees Celsius or more. I'd be out here at like 5:30 in the morning, work till maybe 6:37 when the kids are up and all that. And by that time it was already like 35 degrees and not enjoyable to be outside at all. But there's a little taste of my garden. I would like to expand it a little bit more, and trying to figure out what to begin planting now for the winter here in Israel. anyways, hope you enjoyed that. If you want to share any gardening tips with me, go ahead and do that. You can see the Sea of Galilee. And make sure you get a cool hat like this. And also you got to get some cool gardening boots like these, like every Israeli has. Blundstones. These are like the most popular boots that Israelis wear. So I've got one now too. Love you guys. Enjoy.